Hi everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. I am Raluca and I do a lot of makeup content. I'm so excited for today's video because yesterday I got these three beauties from Juvia'S place. These are the new mini palettes, the taupes, the mauves and the sweet pinks. And I want to start a mini series again by reviewing, swatching and doing a look with each of these palettes. In today's video I'm going to start with the taupes because look at this, you can't be this pretty, you just can't. All three of them are really gorgeous, but I don't know, today I felt like I wanted this on my eyes. This really full glam palette. This color scheme is so gorgeous. It has these cool neutral tones. We're going to start by swatching the palette and then I'm going to do a look with it. So if you're interested to see that, then just keep on watching. Each of the mini palettes by Juvia'S place retails for $14. They have a lot of bundles available, which are very convenient in pricing. Of course, you can use discount codes on Juvia'S place, like a lot of influencers have discount codes. This palette has 6 shades. 3 of them are mattes, these ones right here. 2 of them are shimmers and this one looks like a glittery, metallic, some kind of a really sparkly shadow, but we're going to see how it swatches. I'm going to start with the top row. This looks like a golden champagne shimmer. It's really gorgeous. I think this can be used as a highlighter as well if you have a more tan skin tone. Let's see this beauty right here. Oh my god, this is so reflective. If I look close to it, I feel like it has some kind of pink shift to it. It's kind of duochromatic. I mean, it has like blue, pink sparkles in it. It looks very special in real life. I hope you can see that on camera. Third shade is this matte neutral brown. I think this will make such a good transition shade for me. It has a really beautiful neutral tone, so it's not too warm, it's not too cool toned. Second row, we have this matte shade. It looks like it's more on the cool tone side. Yeah, it's more on the cool tone side. It has this grayish undertone, but it looks really gorgeous. Next we have a darker cool tone brown. This one looks almost gray, so it's very cool toned. And last but not least we have this shimmer. Let's see how it looks. Oh my god, it has kind of a pink undertone, but it's really beautiful and really reflective. This is how they look up close. It swatches really beautifully, but we'll see how it performs on the eye. My base makeup is done, but I'm going to prime my eyelid and I'm going to use a little bit of my Catrice liquid camouflage concealer. And I'm going to tap it in using a flat concealer brush. I think I'm going to do a cut crease with this palette. Again, because it has this really glamorous vibe and I really want to take advantage of that. Since it only has 6 shades, I'm going to try and use all of them. I already have like a look in mind that includes all the shades. As my crease shade, I'm going to use this taupe brown in the corner. I'm going to take my Juvia'S place 006 blending brush and take this shade, dust off a little bit of the excess and apply this shade in my crease. This makes such a beautiful transition. This shade requires a little bit of building up. I dipped my brush into the pan a few times to build up the color to the intensity that I want, but it's really easy to work with. It blends really easily. To intensify the crease color, I'm going to take a Morphe M507 brush. This is a slightly smaller blending brush. I'm going to take this dark brown. It has a little bit of fallout in the pan, if that's something that bothers you. I personally don't mind it. And I'm going to apply this a little bit lower than the previous shade. And in the other corner as well. I'm taking the previous blending brush again to just blend these two colors together. This requires a little bit of building as well, and I feel like these colors show up a little bit lighter than they do in the pan. Taking the concealer again to cut the crease, I'm using the same flat brush, and I'll just look ahead and cut the crease a little bit above my natural one. And I'll try stamping the concealer so I get a very straight, sharp line. Now I'll take a flat eyeshadow brush. This is a Morphe M124 brush, and I'm going to take this gorgeous sparkly shade in the top row, and let's see how this looks on the eyelid. Okay. It doesn't apply very easy with the brush. I wonder if it needs like a glitter primer or something. I think this is the kind of a shade that you need to apply with your finger. Yeah, it's way better. But for a cut crease, it's kind of hard to be very precise with your finger. On the other eye, I think I'm going to try and use a setting spray to wet the brush to see if it applies a little bit better. But the shade is really gorgeous, so it's kind of worth the effort. It's so sparkly. Look at this, it's so gorgeous. So on this other eye, I'm going to try and use my MAC Fix Plus to wet the brush first to see how it applies. I'm taking the shade again. I feel like it kind of picks up better on the brush as well when it's damp. So yeah, it applies a little bit easier, but I feel like the finish looks a little bit different when the brush is damp. I'm going to try and build it up to see. It did apply way easier, but I don't know if you can see on this eye it's not as sparkly as it is on the first eye. I feel like the damp brush kind of changes the finish of the shadow. I'm going to top it with my finger as well to bring back that shine. And yeah, this already looks a lot better. Wow, right now it looks so metallic and bright. I feel like this grayish look matches the rain outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining. So I'm taking the small blending brush again to kind of fade this outer corner. On my lower lash line, I'm going to use these two shades so we can try them out too. I'm going to first start with the matte shade, and I'm going to use a Makeup Addiction Precision Crease Brush, dusting off the excess, and then apply this all over my lower lash line. This is a lot warmer than the shades that we applied on top. I feel like it's a neutral brown, but you can clearly see the difference in the tone. I kind of need this dark brown to deepen my outer corner of the lower lash line. So I'll take the brush that I used to apply it on the top lid and just take a little bit more of that shade and deepen my outer corner a little bit. And I'll kind of connect it to the top part as well. And I'm going to take this shimmer on a small detail brush and apply it in the inner portion of my lower lash line. Again, this is more on the warm side. With a small detail brush, I'm going to take this light gold shimmer and I'll highlight my inner corner with it. Since this palette doesn't really have dark shades except for the grayish brown, I'm going to do a wing liner to kind of define my eye a little bit more. And I'm going to take my Sephora Collection Color Block Liner and just quickly line my eyes. I'm doing it with the eye open so I can go over these folds that my eye creates. I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of an inner corner wing as well. I just can't help myself. I'm going to quickly apply some mascara and false lashes, and then I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts on the Taupes palette by Juvia'S Place. Okay, I'm back and this is the look all complete. There's pouring rain outside and I need to go to work, and I wish I could just stay inside and chill. And by the way, since a lot of people are telling me that my makeup is too heavy for work, I work in a Sephora store, so this kind of a makeup is really common. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Taupes by Juvia'S Place. I personally love the tones. If there was a downside, I feel like the colors don't really come out as pigmented as other Juvia'S Place shadows. So you kind of have to build up the color a little bit, but once you build it up, it's so shiny. Like this shade, for example, I had to build it up a lot, but it's so shiny and bright now that I added a little bit more layers to it that I can't really complain about it. So yeah, you can definitely make this work. I mean, this shade, it takes a little bit more patience, but I feel like it's so worth it. The other shades are gorgeous. I feel like you could have used a darker matte here. It's just a personal preference, but you can definitely work with these shades. So if you're into this kind of cool neutrals, I feel like this palette is for you. It definitely leans towards those grayish browns. I feel like this look matches the weather outside. It's so gloomy and gray. So yeah, for $14, I feel like it's so worth it. And I feel like you could get a lot of use out of this for everyday looks. I like that it's kind of versatile. I feel like you could create daytime looks with it as well, because it has these matte shades, this a little bit more toned down shimmers, or you can use this glitter one to turn it into a glam nighttime look like I did. I like it. It's up to your personal preference if you want to get it, if you like the color scheme. That's everything for today's video. I really hope it was helpful. If it was, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more makeup content. I'll do some videos for the mauves and the sweet pinks as well. So if you're curious to see that, you can subscribe so you don't miss them out. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye!